To rebel is justified. With this simple, potent slogan, Chairman Mao Zedong unleashed a revolutionary fervor that would engulf China for a decade. The Great Proletarian Cultural Revolution, from 1966 to 1976, was a period of unprecedented social and political upheaval. It was a violent, chaotic campaign to purge the nation of its perceived enemies and forge a new, purely communist society. This is the story of how one man's vision plunged a nation into turmoil, leaving scars that are still felt today. The origins of the Cultural Revolution can be traced to the aftermath of the disastrous Great Leap Forward. The widespread famine and economic collapse that followed had weakened Mao's authority within the Communist Party. He grew paranoid, fearing that other, more moderate leaders were steering China down a capitalist road. To reassert his dominance and rekindle the revolutionary spirit, Mao turned to the nation's youth. In May 1966, the May 16th notification was issued, a document now seen as the official start of the Cultural Revolution. It warned of representatives of the bourgeoisie who had supposedly infiltrated the party, the government, and various cultural circles. This set the stage for a nationwide witch hunt, and the youth of China became its vanguard. Schools and universities were shut down, and millions of students organized into paramilitary groups known as the Red Guards answered Mao's call. They were tasked with destroying the four olds: old customs, old culture, old habits, and old ideas. Anything deemed bourgeois or feudal was a target. Ancient temples were ransacked, priceless historical artifacts were smashed, and intellectuals, teachers, and even their own parents were publicly humiliated, beaten, and sometimes killed in brutal struggle sessions. No one was safe from the fury of the revolution. A pivotal and highly symbolic moment in the early days of this chaos was Mao's highly publicized swim in the Yangtze River in July 1966. At the age of 72, the chairman's vigorous swim was a carefully orchestrated piece of political theater. It was designed to dispel rumors of his declining health and to signal to the nation that he was strong, full of vitality, and ready to lead the charge against his enemies. The event was a powerful display of his personality cult, projecting an image of a godlike figure, unafraid to brave the treacherous currents, just as he was prepared to navigate the turbulent waters of revolution. The effects of the Cultural Revolution were devastating. The economy stagnated as factional fighting and political purges paralyzed the country. The education system was left in shambles, creating a lost generation of youth who were denied a proper education and whose lives were irrevocably altered. The social fabric of China was torn apart, as children were encouraged to inform on their parents and neighbors turned on each other in an atmosphere of constant fear and suspicion. The death toll is estimated to be in the millions, with countless more imprisoned, tortured, or displaced. The legacy of the Cultural Revolution is complex and deeply controversial. For a long time, the topic was largely taboo in China. The official verdict of the Communist Party is that it was a catastrophe, for which Mao was primarily responsible, though it also seeks to separate his mistakes in his later years from his earlier revolutionary achievements. The decade of chaos left an indelible mark on the Chinese psyche, fostering a deep-seated fear of social unrest and a desire for stability that persists to this day. Paradoxically, the widespread disillusionment with radical Maoist ideology created an opening for more pragmatic leaders like Deng Xiaoping to steer the country towards a path of market-oriented economic reform. The Cultural Revolution stands as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power, the manipulation of youthful idealism, and the catastrophic consequences of a society turned against itself. It was a dark and tumultuous chapter in China's history, a decade of profound loss and suffering that continues to shape the nation's present and its future. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, please give it a like and subscribe for more deep dives into history. Let us know in the comments what other historical events you'd like us to cover.